Hello, you're welcome to my channel. If this is the first time of joining us, you're welcome. Today we'll be learning how I made this dress. Yeah, if it's something you're interested to watch, please keep watching. Follow us on our channels and let's get to it. This is the fabric that I need. This is the lace and a skin tone net underneath it. Though it's not my skin tone per se, but it did the work for me. It's what I had available, so I'm going to be using it. You can skip that actually. It's just I don't want my body to show. I don't want the net is like kind of showing my skin. So this is my back pattern. After my pattern, I have a video on how to draft a pattern on I will link it in the description box. So a basic blog. So I've done that, but I'm going to treat this particular one. So let's just get right into it. Now that's my shoulder to my waistline there. The place I mark is not needed, it's for the back. So now I'm going to contour my back. I'm doing a contour. I did 0.7. I'm going to connect it to like so. So what this helps to do is that it eliminates those bulge. You know, when you sew your zip, it's not laying flat. But I'll point out that the body, the back, the people's deepness of the back is different. So, but this is the safer side, to be on the safer side at least. So when you sew for somebody and you notice it didn't really work well again, that means you're going to take it in more. So now I'm putting my that measurement. Mine is 4. Please make sure to use your measurement. So I connect it like so, and I'm going to do my dart contouring 0.5, 0.5 on both sides, and I'll connect it back. So now I'm taking my measurement from the new line. You can see how my tape is placed. So I'm taking my chest measurement, and whatever it is that I removed from that side, I'm going to put it back for the upper chest line. Then from the waist, I'm taking my waist measurement now. Then I'm going to replace my dart measurement like you see me do, like so. So I will just connect. So now I'm imputing my zip measurement. I did 1 for my zip measurement. I can do 1.5. If you're a beginner, you can do 1.5 so that you have enough allowance to sew. If there is any error, you can easily correct it. So I'm indicating my zipper allowance. I'm putting in my arrows. All this will help me know where I'm joining to where it's up and where it's down, because this is going to be cut separately. So now I'm imputing my sewing allowance for the waistline. I did 0.5. Please, if you're a beginner, do 1 or 0.7 so you have enough allowance to sew. So now I'm indicating my sewing allowance. These are my lines: my chest, waist, nipple point, under bust. So now I'm dividing my shoulder into 2. I'll connect it to the nipple point line. So in my upper chest, I'm going to do a contouring 1 inch, 1 inch on both sides. If you are not on that bustier, you can do 0.5 or 0.7. Okay. So now I connect it. In my underbust, I'm going to do 0.5 on this side you're seeing me like so, and on the other side I did 0.1, and I'm going to connect. How to do your underbust contouring is when you minus your underbust measurement, your tight underbust measurement from your waist measurement, whatever you get, whatever is left, you divide it by 2 and spread it across your underbust. That is the best way to get your underbust contouring. So now I'm taking out all the sharp edge on this side, so blending it off so it doesn't look that pointy, for the nipple point. I always do that. So I'll remove something like 0.2. By the time I'm done contouring, when I measure it, it will give me like 0.2 or so. It's not everybody that use that method, so if it's new to you, you can skip it. So I've blended off every part. I'm taking my measurement. This is how I take my measurement. So I'm taking my measurement. It will give me my accurate measurement, how I do it, because I'm taking from the point that the dart ended on the other side and continues from the other point to complete it. So whatever it is that when I'm done, I will just have my full measurement. But if you don't know how to use this method, just do your normal measurement and put back what you removed. Okay, I hope it's clear. If you're confused, you can always ask the question in the comment section. I'll reply you ASAP. So my paper was not enough to put my allowance for sewing allowance on the side, so I'm only imputing waist sewing allowance here. So by the time I'm cutting out, I'm going to add my sewing allowance for the side. Okay, but for the back I've already added because the space was enough for this other side, because of the contouring and all that. We took out so much, and the space was not enough to do that. So I wasn't satisfied with the blending, so I had to do more. This is me trying to see what I took out, and it's aligned 0.2. So those places I'm marking at the side that will be going out. So now I came down by 1. Sorry, it was not showing. Came down by 1, but you can do as much as you like because I later corrected it, but we'll get there when you see that. I went down by 1.5, sorry, and I contoured like so. I contoured it back to close to the nipple point line. So it's like a sweetheart neck that I'm doing, a deep blue. So now I'm removing the difference between my front and my back. That's what I'm using for the bust dart, which is 1.5. So if you take your measurement accurately, I have a tutorial on how to take your measurement. You will know that they are not the same. Some case it might be, some it's not. People's body are different. So when you get there, when you draft your basic body block, since the front is longer than the back, whatever difference between the front and the back is what you use for your bust. That, if that makes sense. So now I'm connecting like so. Yeah, if you've watched to this point, make sure to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and like our video and share as well. It helps the video. It does a whole lot for the video. Okay. So now I'm going to cut out. You can see that the back is equal with the front now by the side. So that's the essence of, if you do it right, you're going to get equal. And make sure to cross check before you cut out to make sure that your work aligns. So now I'm cutting out. So you go ahead and cut out your piece. I'm so sorry that that other part was not showing, but if you listen to what I said and you followed what I said, you will get desired result. You know, you can even make it as deep as to your underbust, that you can do. You do like 0.3 inside and take the mark to your underbust and connect back if you want it, because I don't want it to expose my middle part of my chest. I just want to be comfortable wearing it. You can play with it. Doing a deep neck, you can do anything. You can play with it. Depends on how comfortable, how you want the dress. Okay, this is just what I want. So now I'm cutting out the skirt. I folded my fabric into 4, like so. That's the zipper allowance for the back. So I make sure that by the time I'm done dividing it, I have enough allowance to add my seam allowance and for my zip allowance. So I folded it like that. So now that's me adding. I've said what I explained. I'm showing you. So now I'm going to take my waist measurement, like so. So from my waist to my hip, mine is 9. So do yours. Use your measurement. Standard is 8, but it depends on the person's height. So, but 8 works perfectly for almost everybody. But 9, I use 9 for mine. So now I'm blending up because I saw that the lines are not straight. It's affecting the measurement because when I was spreading it, my hip measurement across, it was not aligning. So please make sure to take your measurement properly and cross-check. That's the essence of spreading your measurements when you're doing it. That's my hip line. So now I'm imputing my hip measurement. You already saw when I imputed my waist measurement, right? Now I'm going to put in 1 inch for that. And my sewing allowance. Okay. And my hip sewing allowance for the hip, sewing allowance for the every part of it. I have a tutorial on how to make skirts. I have close to like 2. So I will link in the description box, or you just check out my channel, you will find it there. So now I'm cutting out. That's the sewing allowance. What I'm doing, I'm putting my that allowance. I do not add that allowance in my front pattern. Okay, so I will cut it out later. Who are different, you can add if you want that on your front pattern. That's your front skirt panel. I basically mostly don't do it, depending on what I'm making. So I'm defining my baseline, like drawing it out so that it will be visible. When I'm marking, I will know where I'm marking from because the fabric is folded by 4. So now I'm moving the front one away so that I can work on the back. So you see, for the waistline, I went in, like I said, the contouring I did at the back, I went in by 0.7. I'm going to repeat the same process on my skirt. So now I'm going to connect it back to the hip line, like so, the one. Then I'll go down from the hip line to 5, I will take out, I will go down by, I will mark 5 inch from the hip line downward, like so. And I'm also going to do the same contouring 0.7 back there, and I'll connect it back to the hip line, and from that line to the baseline, like I place my ruler like so, then down to the baseline. This would eliminate, those excess in your back, and it will give you that pencil and well curved back line, like you see in the likes of Precious Apparel, Vicky James clothes, those, that's what it will help you do. It's contouring, they call it butt contouring. So now I'm imputing my sewing allowance 1 inch. I'm going to connect. Yeah, I know you might be thinking, oh, so this can be done doing a free hand. Yes, it can be done doing a free hand. You just have to master it. So this is it. This is what you will have. When you have this, please do not be afraid that your cloth has gone wrong. Yeah, again, like, subscribe if you've not done that. Hit on your notification bell. You get notified each time we upload. We upload new videos like almost every week, depending on, yeah, almost every week. Once a week, we try as much as possible to upload video. So now I'm cutting out. And also, if you have a question, leave it in the comment section, and follow us on our handles. Like, I'm notching my zipper allowance, so I will know where my zipper allowance is placed. So now we've done for the down part. It's as easy, very simple, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take out the dart for the front that I imputed, because I don't need it for the front panel, if that makes sense. Because I was cutting together, I have to place it. And in the front, I'm going to go down by 0.5, like so. But I didn't do exactly 0.5, I did 0.2 because of my sewing allowance. So now we are done. Oh, so now I'm cutting out for my front, the upper bodies. This is me trying to cross check. I did went down again. I'm trying to cross check if it's okay, and it's fine, perfectly okay for me. So I'm satisfied with what I did, what I got, the alteration. Then I'm cutting out. Add your seam allowance, add your 0.5 all round, like so, and cut. Then for the side seam, you add your sewing allowance. Make sure you add enough allowance so that if there is a problem, you won't be having issues. So notch all your connecting points, your underbust, your nipple points, and cut here as well. If you have questions, you have issues concerning this, you can always drop a comment or reach me on my IG, and I'll respond immediately. Something same process like so. Let us know if this video is helpful to you. This is for the back. I'm cutting out my back. and also I'm notching my zipper allowance, the upper part and the lower part. And by the time I'm done, I'm still going to notch the upper part of my back yoke, my back, so I will know where it's pointing up. When I remove the paper, it will look confusing. So that shows me that that is the upper part. So these are tools that I have. And now I'm cutting out for the yoke of the back and the front. For the neck, I'm adding 0.5 for the yoke because I did a deepening of, I went down by 3. That's the deepening of the back. So I replace it by 0.5. So when I sew, because I'm adding a neck this thing. So just cut out and notch. Yeah, thank you for watching, and